Violet should come up when you're like, I'm going to use it as a I'm going to push here. Okay. All right, how does it look to me? Oh, beautiful. Woo-hoo! Down. Like, amen. All right, my dear.
Hello, if anyone's watching. Had to scramble to get ready in time today, so I just decided to turn it on before I really had everything ready so that nobody would run away. Let's see if I can pull up the feed on my phone. Okay, perfect.
And that should help. Okay? Are you ready? Yeah. What are you doing? Two. Yeah? Okay. Sounds good. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I'll wait till some things start working, and we'll go ahead and get started here.
Beautiful. All right, ma'am. Come on up. It's your turn. Your turn. You want to get tested? Let me help you.
Dr. Robin is just finishing up with our last couple patients of the day, so we're going to go ahead and get started once she gets in here. Hello, Mom. Looks like it's just me and you. I'm going to share this on my page, and maybe some people will come try and get some allergy remedies here. How do I share this? Share. Okay. I think I will go ahead and get started here. So my name is Dr. Sarah Ponica, and I work here at Get Well Family Chiropractic in Florissant, Missouri with Dr. Robin Lawrence. And we have been doing these Facebook Live classes every week since COVID has really been going on. And this week we're going to be talking about natural ways of allergy prevention. So this is a pretty cool topic, I think, and I hope you guys like it. I may wait just a minute until Dr. Robin comes in here. She was just finishing up with our last patient. But I don't want to lose anybody either. So if anybody wants to go ahead and just write in the comments, say hello, let us know where you're watching from, that would be lovely. And just let us know too if you guys maybe suffer from any allergies, what kind of seasonal allergens out there hit you the worst, and hopefully you can get something out of this class tonight. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get us started here. So I know a lot of people suffer from seasonal allergies, especially in this time of year. So I also would love if you guys could just take a minute and think about who you know in your life who is suffering from allergies, and let them know that we're live right now. And if you think they could benefit from what we're going to talk about tonight, then send them our way and have them start watching. And just know too that if you ever don't want to watch the video live, we do leave these up on our page on Get Well Family Chiropractic on Facebook, and we actually share them on our YouTube account as well, which is Dr. Robin Lawrence. And there she is, passing through.
Pass it through. I'll be back.
Okay. So anyways, yeah, if you know anybody that might want to come watch, send them our way. So we're here tonight to share some natural approaches to treating allergies. And you and your friends will thank us. Okay. So did you know that many chiropractic patients actually report a reduction of allergy symptoms when they're treated regularly for their vertebral subluxations? So that's when your spine isn't working as well as it should and we give you a chiropractic adjustment, that's because there was a subluxation and a bit of an interruption to your nerve system. So these patients were literally saying that if they're treated regularly with this chiropractic care, they are having a reduction of their allergy symptoms. And since the beneficial effects of chiropractic adjustments on the nervous system are well documented, this really is not surprising. So not cause an improvement in all allergy cases, they're definitely beneficial for some. The reason for the inconsistency might be because there's a number of different causes to a patient's hypersensitivity or their allergy. And vertebral subluxation is only one of the many potential causes that could cause that hypersensitivity. So misalignment or dysfunctional movements of our vertebrae can cause a focal irritation in our spine, which then creates an abnormal signal received by the central nervous system, so our spinal cord up to our brain here. When this aberrant signal occurs along the same pathway required for the input of normal environmental messages, the body might not interpret that information correctly. And when this occurs, an allergic reaction can result. So basically, things that shouldn't be giving us that allergic reaction could be giving us that just because there's a miscommunication between our body and our brain. Some of the most common causes of allergies include pollen, animal fur, dust, mold, insect bites, medications, or particular foods. A chiropractor will take the time to discuss your environment and potential causes for your distress. And as a result of a chiropractic one-on-one consultation, you will be guided toward natural allergy relief, which is what tonight is all about. So this path to natural allergy relief could include trying an anti-inflammatory diet, consuming raw honey and apple cider vinegar, quercetin supplements, and stinging nettle, and using essential oils like frankincense and eucalyptus. So first we're going to take a little look at chiropractic care here. Chiropractors really embrace the do no harm treatment philosophy with the least toxic approach. And the close relationship between our nervous system and our immune system is good news for some chiropractic patients. When we improve that communication between the brain and the spinal cord, chiropractic care can help to regularly coordinate the body's reaction to allergens. So one pretty important aspect of treating allergies, which chiropractic care can help us with, is strengthening our immune system. So misalignments in our spine, like we've been talking about, particularly up here in our neck, part of our spine, can disrupt the brain's line of communication with the rest of the body. Imbalances in our upper cervical joint, the top of our neck, for example, can compromise immunity and amplify allergic symptoms. By adjusting those joints and treating the soft tissue around it, a chiropractor can restore the body's alignment and reopen essential pathways between the brain and the spine. So we can also support the respiratory system, and this is really important with people with allergies for sure. So like the immune system, the respiratory system depends on an unimpeded flow of information to and from our brain. Chiropractic care keeps those pathways open, and it fortifies the respiratory system to better withstand allergic attacks. Chiropractors are also trained to make sure that our ribs are moving the way that they should so that the rib cage opens and closes correctly as we breathe in and out. Important to the function of our respiratory system as well. Hello! So we were just talking about different things that chiropractors can do that actually affect different systems.
Oh, fabulous.
That have to do with allergies.
Okay.
So we said the immune system, we can help support the immune system,
Yes.
support the respiratory system.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I had also mentioned that we are trained to adjust ribs and make sure that the ribs are in the right place so that we can breathe in and out correctly. And
Yeah, and and I just thought of one that when we were talking earlier, all the cranial work that we can do. There's pressure points next to the nose and on the eyes, pressure points in the ears, a lot of other respiratory techniques and cranial work that we can do too that helps to open up and just allow things to drain more properly.
I think there is one listed in here that we can, that people can do for themselves.
Oh, great.
Even.
Great.
All right. And then chiropractors are also going to give you recommended dietary and lifestyle changes. And this can help reduce those allergy symptoms as well. So certain foods and other factors in the environment can either ease or exacerbate allergy symptoms. And a chiropractor can recommend changes that boost the patient's health and their comfort. So by improving this communication between the immune system, the nervous system, and the respiratory systems, chiropractic care can help patients weather the allergy season without relying on medication.
Yeah, absolutely. And since I apologize for being late, thank you for your grace. When I started chiropractic college, I was getting monthly allergy shots.
Wow.
And, and for those of you that don't know, when you start chiropractic college, you become a patient of a higher, like a senior student in clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And within a year of me getting adjusted regularly, I no longer had allergy symptoms.
Yeah.
And they really never
Need those
returned.
shots anymore.
No more shots. And they really never returned until my mid-40s when my hormones started changing. And I'm like, rats, I wonder if hormones have something to do with allergies. So I've been doing some research.
It's all connected. All right. Would you like
Oh, absolutely. So one of the most common and well-known therapeutic procedures performed by us chiropractors is spinal manipulation. I prefer to call it a spinal adjustment. You may have heard someone refer to it as a chiropractic adjustment. It's the same thing. Cervical spine adjustment applies to anything that happens in the neck area. And the purpose of these spinal adjustments is to restore joint mobility, by naturally applying a controlled force to the joints that are restricted in their movement. So they're not moving through their range the way that they're supposed to, and it creates a swelling around the nerve, and then the nerve doesn't work. So during a cervical spine adjustment, the patient feels only a slight pressure behind their ear or maybe a little bit lower mid-neck, especially when we're talking about allergies, right? The C1 level, C3 level. And there is adequate force being put into the neck. So using the first vertebrae and the weight of the head to gain a biomechanical advantage, we place our own body in a calculated angle to ensure that the adjustment is specific, right? And that's the whole point. We don't want, all sorts of noises coming out. We really want just the one specific to the patient's individual misalignment, right? The force generated by the doctors and transferred to the patient with a gentle and precise fashion that many patients are unaware of the intervention whatsoever, right? Injured tissues are subject to physical and chemical changes, and these chemical changes result in inflammation, chronic pain, and they limit a person's ability to function, right, or move. Adjustments of the affected joint and tissues restore that mobility, thereby alleviating the pain, the muscle tightness, and allowing the tissues to heal, and thus the nerves to communicate properly between the sinuses and the brain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you.
And we have a thing in chiropractic called the Merrick chart. And basically it goes through every single level of our spine, and it will tell you the nerves that come out of that particular level. It tells you which kind of organ system that goes to and which functions those help to produce. And so if those are being impeded on, or there's a subluxation or a problem in that particular area of your spine, then there's going to be problems in those areas. So we thought it was cool that if we looked on here, and we're talking about these upper neck adjustments, our C1, C2, and our C3 vertebrae. Some of the functions under here are ENT system, ear, nose, and throat, which is going to be connected with allergies.
Yep.
What else here?
There's
sinuses. Yep.
Yeah.
Face.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that.
It is. It really is. It's incredible the way that they've gone through, and they've dissected out all of these nerves, right? And they have followed them to all of their end tissues and their organs and their blood vessels, and they've really determined what their primary and secondary functions are. When patients come in and they talk about symptoms, I got dry, itchy eyes, or my swollen sinuses, I know immediately that I need to pay special attention to the upper cervicals.
Okay. So misalignments in our spine, like we've been saying, particularly in our neck, can disrupt the brain's lines of communication with the rest of the body. Irritation in the upper cervical joints up here can compromise immunity and amplify allergic symptoms. So by adjusting those joints and the soft tissue around there, a chiropractor can restore the body's alignment and reopen essential pathways between the brain and the spine, like we said. So chiropractic care can also take a holistic approach to our immune system. Our whole life and environment are just completely reviewed and evaluated by the chiropractor. And an efficient immune system response protects against many diseases and disorders that we come across here. And an inefficient immune system response can allow diseases to develop. So too much, too little, or the wrong immune response causes immune system disorders. An overactive immune response can lead to the development of autoimmune diseases, and that's when antibodies form against our body's own tissues, which we do not want. So there can be a downward spiral once inflammation sets in our bodies, and the immune system can no longer protect our body. The inflammatory response occurs when tissues are injured by bacteria, trauma, toxins, heat, or any other cause, really. And then these damaged cells release chemicals that cause blood vessels to leak fluid into the tissues and causes swelling. And this helps to isolate the foreign substances from further contact with other body tissues. The chemicals also attract white blood cells here called phagocytes that eat germs and dead or damaged cells. So this process here is called phagocytosis. And then those phagocytes actually eventually die, and pus is formed from the collection of dead tissue, dead bacteria, and live and dead phagocytes. And so the stronger your immune system is, the better it's able to fight off inflammation, is the long and short of this.
Right,
so
yeah.
That was a long,
really long explanation. That was a lot of science in there, so it's okay if you didn't follow all that.
So all in all here, we're going to look at your immune system to help fight off the toxins that create your
Allergy
allergies.
symptoms, absolutely. Yeah. So, when you were talking about all that, the first thing I thought of was, swollen lymph nodes, right? So when you feel a swollen lymph node, it's all those phagocytes and white blood cells doing the work in that area to try and heal your body. So, one of the things as chiropractors, we really talk about your immune system, right? Because your immune system is what keeps you healthy, right? We need to have it healthy. And we're so good at destroying our immune systems, right? Our diets, we've all heard it, standard American diet. It's sad.
Yeah.
So following good general health guidelines is your single best step to take to go forward in keeping your immune system strong and healthy. So, like we said,
having a healthy immune system.
Right, thank you. Yes,
can
can decrease your allergy symptoms. Absolutely. And every part of your body, including your immune system, functions better when it's protected from environmental assaults and is bolstered by healthy living strategies, right? Such as taking steps to avoid infections, right? What have we all been hearing? Wash your hands, 20 seconds, right? Frequently. Cooking meats thoroughly, right? Sometimes our meats might not be the best, might have some bugs in them. Clearly, don't smoke. Just don't.
What else can I say?
Right? I mean, you don't really need any other words there. You want to eat a diet that's high in fruits and veggies and whole grains, right? Restrict your saturated fats and sugars to 10% of your total calories. Minimize the consumption of red and processed meats, for sure, because they're so hard for the digestive system to handle, and now you create an inflammatory response there, and then the immune system has to get involved, and it's a hot mess. Exercise regularly. Oh my gosh, even if it's just going for a walk. Try to get a minimum of 150 minutes of moderate activity a week. Now, some people might be asking, Dr. Sarah, what does moderate mean? Well, I'm so glad they asked. I'm going to share with them. So moderate means that you should be able to have a conversation with the person that you're standing next to, but your heart rate should be elevated. You don't want to be panting, gasping for air, right? But you want a good pace, your heart rate's going, you're sweating a little bit, but you can still talk to the person next to you. Maintain a healthy weight, control your blood pressure, right? That's going to be stress reducing. If you do drink alcohol, do so only in moderation. The powers that be recommend no more than 1 drink per day for women and no more than 2 drinks per day for men. And that doesn't mean that you save them all up and drink 7 drinks on Saturday night, ladies, or 14 for you men. Make sure you're getting adequate sleep. Sleep is when the body gets to detoxify. Get regular screenings, right? If you're in a particular age group and you need your screenings done, get your screenings done. You know, and maybe try to add a little tea into your day, right? Green tea, black tea, white tea, they're all loaded with polyphenols, which are plant-derived compounds that boost the immune system and even protect against certain inflammatory causing diseases. You know, according to the University of Maryland Medical Center, green tea contains the highest concentration of these powerful antioxidants called polyphenols, since it's made from unfermented leaves. We actually have one here in the office that's green tea with peach in it. It's very delicious. Fresh teas usually have a stronger healing property, and they are less expensive than the prepackaged tea bags.
All right, so back on to our topic of allergies. So like we said, chiropractic physicians will often focus on your diet and your health, and an anti-inflammatory diet will strengthen your immune system and reduce your risk for allergies and many other health problems. Yeah. So garlic is a natural antibiotic and antioxidant that helps ward off infections, viruses, and even allergies. And vampires. So. And dosing per day, if you want to take garlic kind of therapeutically, is going to be 2 raw cloves of garlic.
Yum!
Lemons. So lemons are alkaline, which enhances your immune function. Lemons and limes are filled with vitamin C and immune-boosting antioxidants too. So you could try maybe just adding half a lemon to your water at the beginning of the day to just really boost your immune system, and it also can help with filtration in your liver. Yeah, you know, it kickstarts that filtration part of your liver. You know, I often recommend for my allergy sufferers, you know, the first thing in the morning, you've got an empty stomach, mug of warm water, and the lemon in it really gets those juices flowing. And then leafy greens like spinach, kale, collard greens, romaine, arugula, and watercress are a rich source of essential vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and enzymes that aid in the detoxification and help to reduce inflammation. And probiotic-rich foods also really support our immune health. Yeah. And they can also help to repair damaged intestinal lining. So examples of those probiotic-rich foods are kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, natto, yogurt, raw cheese, miso, and kombucha. I love sauerkraut and kombucha. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, right? Hey, honey? Hey, honey, right? And especially local raw honey. Raw honey really has been linked to improved tolerance of seasonal allergies. 1 tablespoon a day of local, and it needs to be local because the bees here have all of the pollens that we're being exposed to. Yeah. You know, so local honey from Washington, D.C. is not going to give us the same allergy protection as, you know, local Missouri or, you know, just across the river, Illinois honey. The International Archives of Allergy and Immunology published an article in 2011 that compared the pre-seasonal use of birch pollen honey's impact with birch pollen allergies. Patients taking honey reported a 60% lower total symptom score. That is amazing. Yeah. Twice as many asymptomatic days and 70% fewer days with severe symptoms. Additionally, patients' antihistamine use was cut in half when compared with the control group taking conventional medicines. Local raw honey can be added to tea. I put it in my coffee, soups, rice, oatmeal, smoothies, definitely for sure. And we've got some great places here in Florissant to pick up local honey. You know, Goki's Produce, we can get it there. I think a couple of the local grocery stores also have some local honey. Tinker's Bees. All right. All right, quercetin. So quercetin is naturally found in plant foods, and it stabilizes the release of histamines while naturally controlling allergy symptoms. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So a recent study found evidence that quercetin is effective at reducing allergies because it helps calm down the hyperactivity of our airways. Various different sources have suggested that it's best to use quercetin as a long-term remedy because it can actually take several months of use to start working. So people prone to seasonal allergies should start to take it a few weeks before spring arrives, when trees and plants are starting to bloom. Quercetin is a bioflavonoid, and it's found in red wine, grapefruit, onions, apples, black tea, and in lesser amounts in leafy green vegetables and beans. Quercetin has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activity, and it can even help keep cancer cells from growing, which there was some pretty cool research on that, but it was getting very long when I at first looked at this. So the average daily intake is between 5 and 40 milligrams a day from food of this quercetin. But enhancing the fruit and vegetable component of your diet can increase your intake to as much as 500 milligrams daily.
Wow, great.
Yeah. So some vegetables and herbs with high amounts of quercetin include kale, tomatoes, broccoli, raw asparagus, capers, raw red onion, American elder, St. John's wort, and ginkgo biloba.
I love capers. On my salad,
like
they're kind of a little
too.
salty.
On my smoked salmon.
There you go. All right, so let's really support your respiratory system. So like the immune system, the respiratory system depends on an unimpeded flow of information to and from the brain. Chiropractic care keeps that pathway open, fortifying the respiratory system to better withstand allergic attacks. Right? There are holistic approaches to clearing your sinuses as well. You might bring a large pot of water to a boil. You could add salt and then breathe deeply to open your airways. Alternate thrusting your tongue against the roof of your mouth, then pressing between your eyebrows with one finger. Dr. Sarah is going to demonstrate. Thank you. Very nice. This causes the vomer bone, which runs through the nasal passages to the mouth, to rock back and forth. Lisa DiStefano, she's a DO. She's an assistant professor at Michigan State, and she is easy for me to say. Wow, little struggle there. DO stands for osteopathic medicine, so she's doctor of osteopathy. The motion then loosens that congestion, and after 20 seconds, you'll feel that your sinuses will start to drain. You can also use a humidifier or a vaporizer. Try taking a hot shower. Drink lots of fluids to thin your mucus, lots and lots of water. And stay away from dairy. Dairy is a mucus maker, as well as bananas.
Bananas. It's unfortunate.
I know, right? Place a warm, wet towel on your face. Avoid chlorinated pools, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that one before, and
I thought that was
to look into that a little bit.
So let's take a closer look at the neti pot.
My friend Parker is watching from Alaska, and I haven't seen him in many years. So hopefully you're still watching when I said hi to you there. All right, neti pot. So neti pots are a natural remedy for allergies and many respiratory conditions as well, as they help to clear the sinuses and remove congestion. So the use of neti pots has been shown to help improve the quality of life in sufferers of respiratory illnesses and cause little to no side effects. So clearing the nasal passages of allergens and irritants, this form of sinus irrigation with a neti pot has been so effective that it's virtually mainstream. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard of a neti pot.
Yeah.
You do want to make sure that the water in your neti pot is going to be distilled and as sterile as possible, because tap water is going to kind of have that chlorine and the fluoride in it, and it can actually aggravate your sinuses.
And that's no bueno. Okay. So, you guys have been following along long enough that you know that we are holistic doctors, right? And we look at the whole body and we want it to be as healthy as possible without having to use the intervention of any outside toxins to get the results that we're looking for. Tonight we've gone over some different natural routes that you can take, towards decreasing your allergy symptoms. And, we've got a few more ideas for you. So eucalyptus oil, right, it can be very helpful for people with allergies. You can put eucalyptus oil in your neti pot, right? You can inhale it from a diffuser. You can use it in your laundry detergent. You can also use eucalyptus oil and coconut oil and run it on your chest and behind your ears, right, to help clear your sinuses. And it'll kill any certain microbes, right, that might be contributing to your allergies. Breathe essential oil blend is from doTERRA, is also very helpful in targeting allergies. Apple cider vinegar can be very helpful when treating your allergies too. Drink a glass of water with a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and some fresh lemon juice first thing in the morning. At the sign of an allergy attack, put 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a neti pot and flush your sinuses with that, right? Another fun one that maybe many people didn't think of is stinging nettle. Can also naturally control histamines. Stinging nettle is an herb, right? When the reactions that happen when we encounter allergens is when those histamines come out. So you can eat a freeze-dried preparation of this, or it can be made into a tea or a tincture. You can probably even find it in a capsule. Finally, you can go to an allergist and really get a very in-depth test to find out exactly what you're allergic to. And these substances would be considered your triggers. And if you know what your triggers are, you can stay away from them, or at least practice more prevention, right, than you did before, because you didn't know what was coming and that you were coming into contact with them. And this is actually something that you and I have the ability to recommend here. Mm-hmm. So we can actually order food allergy panels, seasonal allergy panels, all through blood work, and get people results. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And so when allergies are mild or moderate, they're usually not very threatening and they'll just go away with time. But you need to watch out for severe allergic reactions, because those can actually be very dangerous and can require medical attention. Yeah. So anaphylaxis is a term for a severe allergic reaction, and it can happen due to contact with food allergens, drugs or medications, or sometimes insect stings. Yeah. Symptoms usually affect the lungs, the blood vessels, or the heart, and can include trouble breathing, tightness of the lungs, chest pains, blood pressure changes, dizziness, fainting, rash, and vomiting. And that's what makes you swell up really big too, right? Yeah. So if you or your child experience these symptoms, then you should head to your doctor or the emergency room right away to prevent complications. Absolutely. And I know they some people are prescribed an EpiPen to.
Yeah, they carry EpiPens with them. Yeah. One of my girlfriends is allergic to mushrooms. So anytime her and her wife eat out, they have to ask, right, is there mushrooms anywhere near this dish? Because that's how severe it is. They carry an EpiPen.
Wow. Yeah. All right. So that's all that we have for you guys today. If you guys can think of anything that you use for your allergies that maybe we didn't mention and you think could help other people watching the class, feel free to post it in the comments. Yeah. And if you guys want access to any of the sources that were used to put together this class today, you can definitely reach out to us and we'll send them your way.
Absolutely. And we're not keeping secrets. We're trying to get people to know everything that they need to know, right? Oh, yay, my favorite slide, right? Thank you. It does. You guys had choices in everything that you could be doing this evening, and you chose to be with us, and we thank you for that. We love sharing these topics with you, especially giving advice that may be able to help you in your own life, in your own journey, or your family or your children, right? Again, like Dr. Sarah said, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, reach out to us with a message. We are more than happy to help in any way that we can. Again, we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. We're going to shift our time, right? 6 o'clock start time is not working for us, and it's not working for you.
The office closes at 6 p.m.
Yes. So, we had some people messaging earlier, where are you at? Where are you at? And so we're going to start at 6:15 next Tuesday. And it's the importance of community. Right? We have been separated from community for so long. you know, and we're just now starting to be allowed to connect with community again.
Yeah.
We're really going to talk about how important community is and really touch on how being out of communication and out of contact can really affect your health. So go to our page, right, our Facebook page, and click that you're interested in the event if you think that you might want to attend next week. And please share this to your timeline. Share this with your friends or in any other Facebook groups or community pages that you're on, especially since next week we're going to be talking about community.
Absolutely.
The I Love Fluorescent page, or I Care About Fluorescent, I Care About Hazelwood, whatever community you're in.
Absolutely. We want to reach as many people as we possibly can.
Right.
And share all this valuable information.
It is. You know, we're celebrating life and what's possible. So thank you again for joining us. We love you.